It's roughly 6:50 in the morning. We are now headed out to Zion National Park. The shuttle is run starting at 7, so we're gonna get there and get on the first shuttle, hopefully beat some of the crowd in there, and I think we're gonna do the Narrows. We have made it to Zion National Park. Our first stop is going to be the Narrows. Everyone and their brothers also made it to Zion National Park, so it's very busy. So we're going to make the best of it. We got here a little bit later than we should have. Don't be like us. Get here right at least by the first shuttle, by 7. Anyways, we're going to have a good time. We're going to get to the Narrows. Let's do it. All right, we have made it to stop number 9 here at Zion National Park. We are heading towards the Narrows. Chance of flooding is probable, but I think we'll be okay, so we're going to do it. So back up here, it's been raining a little bit here in Utah and around the Zion area. So up here we have a bunch of runoff through the rocks, and the water's just draining down, dripping off of all of the leaves and the vegetation and stuff, and it's running down into the river. So it's pretty cool. There's been a lot of water from the recent rains, and there's a lot of runoff right now. It's super muddy. We are still on our way to the Narrows. We didn't bring a map with us. We forgot in the car. So we hope we're on our way to the Narrows. If you're seeing this, that means we are correct and we're getting there. We were officially heading in the correct direction because we made it here to the Narrows. We are about to get in the water and wade through it, so I think it'll be pretty cool. A lot of people too. Probably like 80% of the people on our shuttle bus waited until stop 9 to do this. So if you want to come do it, I would get here early in the morning.
We just made it through our first trek of the Narrows, first water patch. Feet are already soaked. That's okay. Great views so far. Would recommend a walking stick, definitely. And we're gonna try to find one of those along the way. It's certainly deeper now. We got up to pier level, so fully submerged pretty much. The water's freezing. Now wishing it was 100 degrees, but it's fine. Going good.
We are getting deeper in the Narrows now, and the water is getting deeper as well, so we ended up getting a little bit high on us, and it's a little bit chilly here because we're in 60-degree temperature. Very cool. Definitely should have brought a walking stick. A lot of rocks, a lot of people. We have made it a little bit further into the Narrows here. I think we're only like roughly maybe a mile or so in, which doesn't really sound like a lot, but we're walking on, wet rocks under muddy water you can't see, so it's not too bad. But we're making our way in, getting a little further, and scenery here is super cool. Like, we're down and it's just this deep valley, very cool experience, so definitely something for you guys to check out. Here is an attempt to skip a rock. Well, we have finally made it to the point where we see sunlight here, which I don't know if that's just a timing thing. It probably is, because it's about 10:30 maybe in the morning now. But this is the first spot we've actually seen light in the Narrows. So it's a little bit hotter in the sun, but it's nice to see the sunlight again. We are officially done with the Narrows, at least for our end of things. We only did like maybe 2 miles of it. I think in total it's like an 8-mile trek, so you can definitely go a lot further, but we're going to turn around and head back. I think it took us, I don't know, a couple hours to get back here, so it's going to take a couple to get back out. You could definitely make a full day of this and go a lot further. We are going to pack up and go out, and we're going to hit some other stops, so we're not doing the full Narrows, but it was definitely a super cool experience, really scenic, really cool everywhere, cool rocks, water, and just being in the canyon in general. So definitely cool one to check out. We're out here once again at Zion National Park, and behind us, this is one of the overlook spots, and this is the Checkerboard Mesa. So basically in the background here, the stones are etched in a checkerboard pattern, and that's where the name comes from, and that's due to years of erosion and cross bedding. And you can see it up there on the sides of the mountain. It's really etched in there, and it really stands out, so it really really definitely lives up to its name. All right, guys, we're back here at Zion National Park, and we are here later in the afternoon. It's around 5 o'clock-ish, roughly. And honestly, it's really nice. Crowds have died out. Now, this is a Sunday, late afternoon, so maybe that's part of it. But I would think during the week it's probably roughly the same. So things have died down. There was no line for the shuttle. The gift shop was packed, though. That was still busy. But anyways, besides the point, not too crowded here. We're going to do 2 short trails. The first one is going to be the Grotto, which is at stop 5. Once we finish that, it's a half mile. We are going to get back on the shuttle, get off at stop 7, and do another short half-mile trail. Up top here, we have some very large prickly pear cactuses. There really haven't been as many cactuses here in the park as I would have expected. You know, we've seen quite a few just driving through Utah, and there are quite a few in the park, but they're not like everywhere. But that's a pretty good sizable one, and you will see them throughout the park. So this trail, the Grotto, is very flat and wide, so it's a pretty easy beginner's trail, I would say. All right, so it might be kind of hard to see on the camera here, but there is a lizard on this log here, and I don't know what it's called, but we've seen quite a few of them around here, and even at our Airbnb, there's a couple of them. Like, we'll be out back and they'll come like right up next to you and grab a bug real quick. We have 4 wild hen turkeys over here, and very close. There's just so many people that come to this park. You know, they just become used to people because they don't see them as predator. And they're not hunted here or anything either. So they're wild, but they're not really afraid of humans. That is really incredible to be able to see them up that close, wild turkeys. So we've finished out the hike on the Grotto. It was very cool, nice, simple trail. But we're gonna go hit our next trail and then wrap things up. One of the other cool things about Zion National Park is they have a shuttle system that takes you to all of the main stops throughout the park. So you can get on at the visitors area and park there, and they'll have a shuttle that will take you all the way throughout the park, and they run about every 5 minutes or so. So you don't really have to worry about waiting a long time to get picked up and get taken back.
So we are now at Weeping Rock Trail in Zion National Park. It's a 0.5 mile hike. So not too bad. We wanted something quick and easy before we go to dinner. The weather's really nice. A lot less people than there was whenever we did the Narrows, so that's really nice because we can kind of just enjoy ourselves and talk. Apparently on this hike, the rainwater will come down the canyon and it harbors like ferns and a bunch of different plants and stuff, which I love plants, so I'm pretty excited about this one. We have a little stream here to begin our hike. This is literally as soon as we enter. The water is much clearer here than it was in the Narrows, so that's kind of cool to see clear water. So we are now going down the staircase. This is like as soon as you get off the shuttle, basically, to the little stream so that we can kind of get closer to the water. So we have a little bridge here and a little stream. Typically it's from like snow melt and rainwater. I think it's rained almost every day that we've been here so far, which is kind of surprising. I expected it to be like hot and dry every single day, but right now I think it's roughly like 70-ish degrees. This would be maidenhair fern. This is very abundant on this trail because of all the water that comes down. We've made it to the top of Weeping Rock. So this is basically a plateau in the park that collects all of the snowmelt and rainwater. Hasn't been any snow lately, but it's been raining, so rainwater, and it comes down and feeds all of these ferns and plants. You can actually see the water pouring down right here, and we're actually getting a little splash here. The cement below us is wet, so it's pretty cool. Actually getting rained on as I come up here. We just finished the Weeping Rock Trail, 0.5 miles overall, I think, there and back probably. Pretty short. I highly recommend doing that. It's a good time of day to go as well, so not too many people. Maybe we saw maybe a total of 10 on that one, so It was very, very nice overall. I liked it. I couldn't record this because I'm a dental hygienist, and this is lichens, which is the like mossy formation on the rocks, but that's a dental hygiene term, lichen planus. If you know, you know.